Hi guys, it's Miss Laura. I want to talk to you a little bit about our composer of the month this month. I know it's a short month with it being a winter break and everything, and I'm getting it up a little late because, that's just crazy COVID times. What are you going to do? But here we go. Our composer of the month is Peter Illich Tchaikovsky. He is from Russia, born in 1840, and then he died in 1893. He is one of the most famous composers in Western history, probably. You have almost certainly heard some of his music. He wrote the 1812 Overture, which is often played in the 4th of July. It's kind of weird because that's not what it was written for, but that's whatever. It's fine. But it's the one with all the cannons that you hear. He wrote Swan Lake, which is a ballet. He's written all kinds of things. But the thing that I really want us to look at this month is what is probably his most famous ballet. If you have only seen one ballet, this is probably it. It's called The Nutcracker. And there's lots of movies made about it, but we are looking specifically at the ballet. A ballet, first of all, if you don't know this, a ballet is a story that is told through music and dance. And it is a specific kind of dance. There are lots of ways to tell stories through dance by moving your body. But this is a specific kind of dance that originated in Europe, I think France, in the, I should have looked this one up. I'm going to say 1700s. I might be wrong. That would be a great research project for someone to look up and tell me exactly when ballet was first introduced. But the idea is that people will tell their story through movement, and particularly with ballet, the dance moves from pose to pose. So it's not like just moving your body all crazy like. It's moving very carefully from one specific pose to another specific pose in a very controlled way. Okay, Tchaikovsky's ballet, The Nutcracker, tells the story of a little girl, Clara, who is in Germany at her parents' Christmas party, and her godfather, Herr Drosselmeyer, comes and he gives her a nutcracker. And that nutcracker turns out to be magic. And after she falls asleep, then she wakes up and the nutcracker battles a mouse king. There's a whole amazing battle scene, and then they defeat the mouse king, and then they go to the land of the sweets, and they get to see all of these amazing dances that are danced for them, and then Clara returns home. A lot of performances make it pretty clear that Clara is having a dream. Other performances make it like, is she dreaming or is it magic? It's all up to you. It just kind of depends. Well, this ballet is performed every year by companies all over the world, all over the United States, all over Europe, all over everywhere. It's extremely popular. So because it's been performed for so long in so many different places by so many different ballet companies, there's lots and lots of different ways that it has been choreographed. Choreographing something is to tell, it's the way that the dancers dance, the way that they move their bodies. There's lots of different ways that this story has been told. So I put up on our Google Classroom a performance that was done this year by the St. Louis Ballet. Now this year is crazy because it's COVID time, so the way that they did it is super cool. They actually had the first act, which is the first half of the ballet. They used last year's footage, so from last year's performance, 2019. Then in the intermission, they showed all of the performers, like kids who are your age. This is a ballet that lots of kids perform in, and I mean like anywhere from if you are in kindergarten all the way up to if you're in 6th grade, there are kids who are your age. They all performed over Zoom, so you can still see their performance, which I think is really cool. And then the second half is performed just by the grown-ups in 2020, and it's grown-ups who came together in a really safe way to dance the dance, and there's not an audience or anything. The audience is us. So I put that up for us to watch. It is a long ballet, so if you don't have time to watch all of it, or if you're watching it and it just gets you real antsy and you just can't sit through all of it, that's okay. You can watch it over several, periods, or you can just watch part of it, whatever you want to do. I also put up some different dances that are famous from it, so you can watch how different people have done it over time. One of my favorite performances was the sets, that means the stage, all the stuff behind the dancers, were designed by Maurice Sendak. You guys might recognize that name, and you might not, but you'll definitely recognize one of the books that he wrote. He wrote and drew the pictures for Where the Wild Things Are, and a bunch of other really cool books, like In the Night Kitchen is one of my favorites. Just lots of really great books. Anyway, he designed the sets in this setting by the Pacific Northwest Ballet, and I put one of the dances, two of the dances from that up on the Google Classroom, so you can see kind of what his sets look like, because they're so beautiful and so interesting. And think about the way that he drew Where the Wild Things Are, and then imagine a ballet set like that. It's really cool. Some people change what some of the characters are. Sometimes it's set with like a lot of little kids dancing the roles, which is neat. Sometimes it's set with all adults. It's just, there have been tons of different ways to do it. So if you were to like go through YouTube looking for Nutcracker dances, which I just did, there's hundreds of them. So it's really interesting. Anyway, I hope that you enjoy watching the Nutcracker. It was Tchaikovsky's last ballet that he wrote. He died in 1893. This ballet came out in 1892, was the first time it was performed. And I think you'll like it. It's really, really fun, especially if you don't watch anything else. Watch the battle scene between the Mouse King and the Nutcracker, because how they show a battle through dance is really cool. All right, guys, enjoy, and I will see you later. Bye.